Hello guys, and welcome back to another video on this channel. Unfortunately, we're going to talk about very bad news. The Russia and Ukraine situation has escalated overnight. It looked like it was going to be solving itself, and Biden was going to have a meeting with Putin on Thursday. Now we don't know what is going to happen. So I wanted to talk to you about what exactly went down, as far as I can tell, and how this is going to affect your portfolio and how you can even make money on this. So if you like the contents of this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and let's get into the video. So what happened tonight? Basically, Ukraine crisis. Russia orders troops into eastern Ukraine. Russian President Vladimir Putin has ordered troops into two rebel-held regions in eastern Ukraine after recognizing them as independent states. So this is kind of smart from him, because he didn't invade Ukraine. He invaded territories that have been trying to break away from Ukraine since 2014. So he didn't actually invade Ukraine, and so it's kind of smart. He's saying that the troops would be there and doing peacekeeping in the breakaway regions, which it has back since 2014. The US has accused Russia of creating a pretext for war. These are the areas. I mean, if you look at Ukraine, this is all of Ukraine. These are the two breakaway states, and this is the separatist held areas that Russia basically went into. So it's a very, very, very small part of Ukraine. Several countries, including the UK, are considering introducing new sanctions against Russia in response to the move. Fears over an inflation have been rising in recent months as Russia has massed some 150,000 troops along the Ukraine's border, and according to US estimates. So Russia has been backing a bloody armed rebellion in eastern Ukraine for the past 8 years. Some 14,000 people, including many civilians, have died in fighting since then. So that's pretty bad. In recent years, Russian passports have been given out to large numbers of people in the Donetsk and Luhansk, I'm sure I butchered this, region. So this is basically parts that have been already affiliated with Russia. And as far as I understand, the beef that Putin has is that NATO promised that it would not come closer, an inch closer when the Berlin Wall fell to Russia. And basically, Eastern Europe has joined the NATO, and now it looked like Ukraine was also going to join NATO. And that means that this is Mother Russia here already. So that means that they wouldn't have any buffer in case of an attack. So I understand. And frankly, if you want to know my opinion, which is not why you came here, I will tell you anyways. He's kind of right. I mean, what does the West want from Ukraine? It's a very poor country, and I feel that this is, if you're in business, this is a negotiation where there is a no-win for the West. I mean, you could just tell him, like, fine, have Ukraine as you want, make sure it's a free country. So I think this is just a big flexing from both sides. I don't think that Russia would win anything in invading Ukraine, but that's not why you're here. Let's talk about how this affects your portfolio. So today, when the market opens, it's probably going to be a bloodbath. But if you're a technical trader, yeah, you're going to have short-term pain. If you're not a technical trader, however, you're a fundamental trader, then this is a gift from heaven. Because think about it, there's 4 companies that I have been looking at. There is Tesla, Zoom, TDOC, and PLTR. And now so basically we know that there's going to be a big sell-off. We know that some of these companies are already trading at the cheapest that they have been trading it. For example, Zoom is trading at a level that is pre-pandemic. And in the pandemic, it has become a household name. And now you can ask yourself this question: is Zoom going to have less business because Russia invaded Ukraine? Is Zoom in any way less better than it was yesterday? And the answer to this would be no. So if you were bullish on Zoom and now this situation causes a market sell-off, it's a gift to buy more. Then you look at Tesla. I don't think that Ukraine was any big market to Tesla. Maybe Russia is a bigger market, but is this going to cause any dent in their sales, in their future expansion? Is it going to slow down them opening the Berlin factory? Is it going to slow them down in opening the Austin factory? Nope. And Tesla is a company that is about 30% off its recent highs. And you have to ask yourself, when is this company going to stop growing? Like, there is so many good news still baked into the company to come, like opening these new factories, like coming out with the Cybertruck. And if as a result of this there's going to be a sell-off, it's an even better buy. I believe this is a gift from Mr. Putin himself to your bank account. Then we look at TDOC. So is TDOC going to have less customers or have any change in their business plan because of this attack? No. Then you take a look at PLTR. Again, I don't believe they were doing any business in Russia or Ukraine, and they even might get more jobs for the government because they're very much involved in anti-terrorism and, you know, government intelligence operations. So it's maybe even a catalyst for them. And this stock is so beaten up. I'm really, really heavily considering buying a chunk into PLTR because it's either one of those stocks that go to zero or you're like 30xing your money. If you're a short-term investor, you're going to have pain tomorrow, and I suggest that you just follow your strategy, and if you have to exit, you exit. Don't have any emotions about it. If you're a fundamental trader and you know you're interested in these stocks, I think this will present fantastic buying opportunities. And if you're looking at other stocks other than these, I mean, ask yourself this question: is their business model affected? Then yes or no. You know, then is there going to be a change in their plans in the future because of this conflict? Were they doing business in Ukraine and Russia? And most probably your answer will be no. And then you look at your target price, and then if the stock price falls, then you can ask yourself, is this a better deal now than it was yesterday? And if the answer is yes, buy the dip. So this is my advice to you, and let's both hope that this situation takes care of itself and it has a peaceful ending to it. And if you like this content, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in my next video. Ciao, ciao.